How do you find an object if you're given the right ascension and declination of the object? Let's look at how you do that. So here we're given a right ascension of 20 hours and 40 minutes and a declination of 45 degrees and 20 minutes. So we've got to find that on our star charts and see what object is there. So let's start with the right ascension, 20 hours and 40 minutes. So let's look at our little square charts here. And if we look across the bottom, we can see this one goes from 0 to 12. So 20 hours is not going to be on there. So let's go to our next one. So here's 12, 13, 14, all the way to 24. So we know 20 is going to be there. So we said it was 20 hours and 40 minutes. So it's a little past that 20 hours. So then that means it's going to be between 20 and 21 hours. So we're going to look right here for that, right? Between our 20 and 21 hours. So now we've got to figure out where our 40 minutes, how far over do we come for our 40 minutes? If you remember, each one of these little lines, we have 12 lines to separate this hour, and an hour is divided into 60 minutes. So that makes each one of these lines, if we look at it, we say we have 5 minutes per those lines, and then we need 40 minutes. That means I need to go 8 of those marks over. Okay? We figured that out in that other video. So there's 12 of these marks and 60 minutes. That means each one of those marks is 5 minutes. So I need to go 8 marks over. So let's zoom in so we can see a little better. See if this is too much. Here we go. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right there is where we're going to need to either put our mark or use our ruler. I've got a ruler, so I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to grab my vertical ruler and I'm going to line it up right on that mark. There we are. Let me zoom in a little more just to see. Make sure we're lined up right on that mark. There we are. That's pretty good right there. So my ruler lines up right there. So now I've got to go, let's look up the declination. So the declination was 45 degrees, 20 minutes. 45 degrees, 20 minutes right here. So let's go back to that one. And notice there's no negative. So that means it's positive. So then here we're looking at our 0. Remember, positive is up, negative is down. So we're looking at 45 degrees. And so that's going to be right here between our 40 and 50 degree mark. Right in between those two. Let's go double check this. 45 degrees, 20 minutes. So we need to get 45 degrees first. So we have 10 marks to go 10 degrees. That means each mark is worth 1 degree. So let's count them out. If I need 45 degrees, that means I need 5 more degrees. So I need 5 marks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my 45 degrees. But remember, I had 20 minutes in there, right? If we come back here, it's kind of zoomed in there. It's 45 degrees, 20 minutes. So remember, that means each degree is divided into 60 minutes. So if I go back here, zoom back in so we can see it. So the space in between these is divided into 60 minutes. So that means it's partway through here, almost halfway, because 30 minutes would be halfway. So I'm going to put my mark, I guess, right in there. My mark is so big, it takes up. That's part of some of the error. But that's, at least I know where to put my ruler now. So, or my mark. I could also just draw a line for each of these rulers instead of putting a mark. And that's the way I do it on paper, is just draw a line. So I'm going to grab this other ruler because I have it. I'm going to put it right on that mark, and you can already guess where it's going to line up. You can see right here. It lines up right there. And if we zoom in a little bit, it's probably a little far out to see. We can see that star is Deneb in the constellation Cygnus. So we found that object, that's Deneb, in the constellation Cygnus.